guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I will be showing you some art tricks, art techniques, and then a simple picture of flowers. So, number one, tricks. The first trick is that since there's coronavirus, we can't go outside except for our garden. Then you can go buy some paint or use the paint you already have. If your parents or anyone you're with right now who is older than you, if they are too busy to go buy you some paint, then a simple trick is to use some nail polish or felt tips. Number two, techniques. One of the best used techniques in famous painting, like the Mona Lisa, was stroking. Now, stroking is very simple. Here's an example. You only dip the brush in a little bit of paint, just about this much. Then you just simply and gently stroke it. The reason why mine are rough strokes is because I used a little bit of paint. If you use a bit too much paint, then it becomes all splodgy, but that's better if it's more splodgy, because then you don't have to waste the paint and you can just grab the paint from the splodge, and then, yeah, you'll save some time. So like this. Now, these are the strokes I was talking about, used in the most famous paintings. For example, we could take the Mona Lisa. There we go. That's the first technique. Second technique is tapping. Now, in painting, most people use tapping with sponges. Let me just grab one. Oh, that's not good. Most people use tapping. For tapping, people most usually use sponges, but I also use sponges, but more often I use thick paintbrushes like this. Now you might be thinking, why would Rameen use a thick paintbrush if she's tapping? Like, this is basically like a wall brush that we found in the set. Now, the reason why it's better to use a thick brush, because with a small, thin brush, it becomes really hard. Yeah, it becomes a lot harder to do it. So, in order to get all the water out, just squeeze it with your finger like that, and then tap. Now, dip it in the paint again, if your paint is still wet, not like mine, all dry now. Where will I find it? There we go. Got some brown and reddish paint. Now, this is how I tap. Now you can see it looks kind of like an ombre sponge effect. And like I said, with a teeny tiny brush like this, one sec, with a teeny tiny brush, you won't be able to do that much because look, doesn't look that real. Otherwise, with a really thick brush, it looks perfect. Now, third technique. Wait, no, that wasn't a third technique. Now, for the time we have been waiting for, the painting. Well, not the painting technique, the actual painting when I said about the flowers. So I have done one like last month recently or something. Here was a picture of butterflies, and then open up. Oh. Wait, where'd it go? Hold on a sec. Let me just look for the painting. It's lost somewhere. Here it is. This was the painting I was talking about. My mum said it was really simple. I needed to put a bit of something unique. So this is what I did. Some of the petals were falling off. So I decided that every petal that falls off, it fades into purple, and then it just falls to the ground and then turns into another green tulip. Or whatever that was. Then here was a picture of cotton candy with ice cream. This was my favorite one because you guys know I love mint. Now, here is a nice blank page behind the page that we just used for the tapping. Now we need some gouache. Now, if you guys don't know gouache, Troom uses it for their prank calls in summer, like they did. If you guys do not know Troom, it is a nice YouTube channel where they do prank calls and life hacks with DIY as well. So, we've got some gouache, nice cotton candy pink, because I love pink, you know I do. There. We've got a thick but small brush tip. And now we are going to dip it into the paint. Remember what I said, just a little bit, but if you get too much like this and it splodges, then yeah, it's still okay. Do it like that, and like that. Usually when people start painting things like this, they get really confused if it's upside down for me. But for me, it is kind of easy, but a little hard at the same time. Sometimes it's really hard since the paintbrush is really wet. Now that we've made a nice pink flower, we can just close this up and make sure to put a stone on top. Luckily, I have a nearby stone right here. Now, for the stem, I normally use a brush like this. But since this one's already covered in paint, and it was dipped in water, this was like this before. Mr. Cameraman washed it, but it did not come off. So in case yours is too thick, just twist it a bit and it becomes the perfect size. Now, I'm going to give you guys something to tell me down in the comments below. Where is it? I need all the shades of green for this. What is it? Oh, the other shade. There was another shade. Oh yeah, it's in my house. I'm giving you guys something to answer me in the comments. Which green is the best for this stem? Comment down below. Wait, this isn't, yeah, this is green. Bluish green, grass green, is this? Yeah. There's snowy green, leafy green, and then swampy green. Which one do you think would be the best? I think grassy green, because grassy green is usually used in stems, and since the stem, I would use brown. We could use brown, but then for the reason why normal people do not use brown is because brown with a brown stem would symbolize that the plant is about to wilt. So we like fresh plants, don't we? So let's just quickly draw the stem. because I am about to end the video. There we go. A nice grassy green for a nice stem. If the stem is too thick, it's okay, because then it's sometimes even better if the stem is thick. In normal plants, the stem is normally very, very thin because it's normally but in paintings, I do thick stems so that the flower can hold up better. Otherwise, with thin stems, the flower can tip over easily. If it was in real life, not in paintings, obviously. Now, let's do a bit of grass. Why am I using this one? Like I said before, tapping thick brush. So I'm not doing tapping right now, but it's just going to make this even quicker if I use this. No, stop. There we go. It's okay if you get even a little bit, it will dry out. Well, by a little bit, I mean water. There we go, got some paint. Now, like I said, splodgy is always better because you get more paint. And the reason why a little bit is worse because less paint means you need more time. And if you are also a YouTuber who is watching this, then why don't you do this technique? Because then if you like painting and you also are a YouTuber who is watching this right now, then you can just go ahead and watch this video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment down below, and have a nice day, guys. Bye.